G'day everyone, what's up? Welcome back to Pint Party, Twitch channel designed to turn a game to gimmick into a text write-off from your host John McLeish. And today's a toughie. And I know I say that a lot, but this is like way more of a toughie than anything else. Because today, I actually have to solve an honest to God, no mucking around maths equation. And that's not really in my wheelhouse. I'm good with words, I'm good with pictures, I'm good at videos, colors, even music to a certain degree, but numbers, no. Numbers are not for me, he says, while spending exorbitant amounts of time playing hacker sims and video games that involve lots of maths. I think part of the reason why I'm attracted to them is because of the challenge. Like, it's sort of like, it really is the final frontier for me of, can I do the thing? And, by the way, you might notice that my camera looks a little bit different. I went into my streaming software and fiddled with some settings because we've got a couple of scenes today, because I created a new scene today just specifically for this stream, right? And this is like the pro gamer move right here. We've got a calculator. That's right. We're gonna use a calculator. I got it all set up specifically for this because I want to do this equation right here. And in order to do it, I'm going to need to use the calculator, because just to try and figure out how to write this code and make sure that the code is outputting the correct number. So to make sure that happens, we have our calculator right here. This is the hardcore pro gamer content that you tune in for every day, you know, from 2 to 4, is to watch a grown man use a calculator. All right, well, okay. Oh boy, let's get into it. So, where did we leave off from? So last time we left off with, we basically figured out how to get all of the information that we need to gather, how to gather all of the information. The information that we needed to gather was that we needed to grab all of these files, and then we needed to perform a maths equation on them. And we decided that the best way to do that was to use one Exa who would grab the directory file, which had the file numbers in them, which all represent an individual player with their individual player statistics, which is listed out here as a whole bunch of ABCs, which all probably mean something. But despite the fact that I own Out of the Park Baseball 18, I've never actually played it ever. Like, it came in a humble bundle with like another game that I wanted, and it was all like, you also get Out of the Park Baseball 18. I'm like, cool. That's just going to sit in my Steam library and never get used. Maybe I should do that. Maybe just a one-off for funsies. We'll play Out of the Park Baseball. No, I won't do that, because I'm guessing that there are people who are like hardcore, like, you know, football manager, baseball manager people, like, who play those games, and they would just rage at me being like a complete, you know, idiot with the whole thing, being a complete doofus. So I won't do that. But if you played those games, you probably, these all probably are actual statistics. I mean, I very much doubt that Exapunks just like made up a bunch of things, but they could have. But I mean, it's not that hard to research. I mean, I suppose if you just pick up like one manual, you could probably find out what all these mean. Anyway, but we need to perform that equation on each of these files, and then find out which one has the highest number, and then print that name of the highest number into a file. And so what we decided to do was, we're going to send our Exa into here, grab the directory file, and then have it shoot off a bunch of clones of itself right here. Wait, what does it jump to? Yeah, search. So it shoots off a bunch of clones of itself. Why am I calling that search? I should actually call that rep search, just so I know it's a rep step. Yeah. So anything that involves a replicated exa, I like to have the rep precursor on, or suffix. Is it a suffix? I just said I was good at words, and here I am completely mangling it, completely making a complete fool of myself. Oh well, yeah, I don't know. But like, I want to have those before, just so I know that that's a replication step. It's being performed by a replicated exa, I should say, not by the parent exa. So what they're going to do is they're going to grab whatever file name they were told to grab, which this loop is just constantly like reading off the file and then just transferring that into its clone exa. And then they're going to grab that file, and then they're going to do a bunch of maths here, which we've got to, that's what we're doing today, is we're going to write all that code to go into that line there. Then they're going to come into here, and they're going to tell Mama, who's by the time this should all be done, they should be ready to say something, who's going to come in here and tell Mama, okay, here's my output, here's the number, here's the name of the player, here's the result of all of the mathematics I did, okay, thanks, bye. And then once they've all done that, which we still need to figure out how to tell Mama that that's the end, but we got to figure that out, and we're going to do that eventually. Once they've done that, then the exa will tally up the scores and go who got the highest score, and then delete everybody else except for the highest scoring player. So it sounds like we've done the hard bit. Well, but it isn't. We haven't even really. I mean, we're not even halfway through this puzzle, where we know what we have to do. We know what the solution is, but we don't know how to implement that solution. That's the tricky bit. So let's get started. Okay. So I did a little bit of research last night off stream on like how to actually read these equations and how to do them to ensure that you get the correct answer. And I talked about it yesterday. I talked about BODMAS, which is brackets of division, multiplication. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write it into a separate Exas so you see what I'm talking about. BODMAS, okay, which stands for brackets. And I thought it was of, but it turns out it's not of, it's orders. I mean, I was always told it was of because I learned it in primary school, but like the same... But that's because we didn't deal with orders, which is like high numbers. So like 10 to the second power, that's a higher order. But so you do it in those. So you go brackets, orders, division, multiplication, lesson. I don't know how to spell that. That's probably wrong. Whatever. Multiplication, addition, and then subtraction. And that's BODMAS. Now, apparently there's a few different names, like there's BIDMAS and POMID or something as well that the Americans like to use, along with their freedom units and their bald eagles per constitution. But it's all exactly the same. It all follows this logic. All the steps are the same regardless of what you call it. So, if we apply this to here, what that says is we have to do all the stuff inside the brackets first, and it doesn't matter what, and even inside the brackets, if you've got addition and multiplication, you'll do the multiplication first and then the addition, and then you'll have that whole number that you'll then apply somewhere else. But here, thankfully, we're not doing that. It's all the one. See, this is all addition in here. This is all multiplication in here. This is all subtraction in here. So we don't have to go that deep into it, thank God. So. But we have to do all the brackets. So you do all the brackets first. So you'll do BA plus ZA plus APB, and you'll get a number there. Then you'll do WRT multiplied by OI, and you'll get a number there. And then you'll get a PC subtracted by PS, and that'll give you another number. So then, once we've done the brackets, we then need to do the division. So then we need to divide this number by this number by this number. I think. This is where stuff gets a little tricky, because then we do division, then we do multiplication, so we multiply all of that by 20, and then we do the addition, which is where we then add this number to, we add 3, I don't know if we add 3 to this number or to the result of this division or what. Yeah. Or we multiply all of this by 20 at the end. I'm actually not entirely sure how they want us to approach it, because it seems like what we need to do is, because we don't have to do any testing while we're doing all of this, we can use the T register. Every Exa can use both its X register and its T register. Because once it's got the right file, we don't need that file name anymore. We can just get rid of that. So we can put numbers into the X register and we can put numbers in the T register, because we're not testing anything until we get all the way to the end. Once we're all the way at the end, we have that final number. What we're going to do is we're going to move that number into our X register so that it's safe. And then if we need to do any testing after that, we can, and it doesn't matter. And as far as like, I know it says that we need the player's name. We don't need to save the player's name to the X register because that's still in the file. So, and we can and the files aren't locked, so we can temporarily remove the file from here into the host, and then just say, here's the player's name, here's the score. Go back, drop the file, which is what we've got here. See, we've got that here, link 800 halt. So we can go back, drop the file, and leaves no trace. The file's missing from the server for, 1 or 2 cycles, which I don't think is going to cause any problems. But if it does, then we'll figure it out. Oh, and our T registers are all set to, our M register is set to local as well. Because what I want is I want all of the clones to come in basically one at a time and send over their scores. I don't want them all like basically yelling it out at the same time, and I don't want them all, maybe one of them accidentally grabs it out of the M register before they're ready or something like that, or Exa grabs one file, one piece of information from one person and another piece of information from another person. You end up with names and scores all mixed up, which is a complete mess. So I really only want this happening kind of one at a time. Yeah. So hopefully this works. I have absolutely no idea. I think our timings might cause us some grief, but hopefully not. Okay. So I think the first thing we got to do to approach this is, honestly, so we know that the answer for this first test is David Dwight. So who is David Dwight? What file? Here it is, 205. So there's all their stats. What I want to do is I want to write out all of this into the calculator and do this equation outside of the program first. And I want to see what the number is. And once we know what the number is, we can then do we'll create another Exa, which will grab just that file, and it'll screw up everything else, but that's okay because this is just for literally just for testing. We'll test it against that file and see if we get the same number. That's what I want to do. So we might as well do that right now. So I'm just going to leave Expo alone because I think this is just good to have up, just to say here's what this is. But we're going to delete this for the final once we do the solution, because we can't run the solution with this in it. Which probably means we should probably delete it now, actually, because we're going to need to run the thing. So we'll use Expo, whatever. So we're going to link 800, and then we're going to grab file. What did I say it was? 205 was David Dwight, wasn't it? 205 is David Dwight. Yep. So we're going to grab 205 and then do maths. Do all the maths. Okay. So but I don't know in which order we need to do maths. So we do. Okay. So each player contains their name and the following statistics in this order. Okay. Which is written out. So you see how they're written out here, and that follows the same order. That leads me to believe that what the intended solution is to do this bracket and then save that number, and then do this one. So do this bracket, add 3 to it, and then divide it by this number, and then do this bracket, add it to this number, and divide it by the number of these two, and then multiply that whole thing by 20. And I think that's actually what they want us to do. So let's grab 205. Where is it? It's right here. Okay. You're not going to be able to see these numbers anymore because we're going to go to our hardcore calculator. Yeah. And we're going to start doing some calculating here. Okay. Oh crap. But now I can't see my equation. So hang on, I need to move this here. I need to do some screen estate. There we go. Okay. So now, right. So BA plus Z. So hang on, can we do... I can't do brackets in this calculator. Damn it. I'm just using the regular bog standard Microsoft calculator. Whatever. Okay. So BA plus ZA plus APB, which is those first 3 numbers in 205, which is, okay, 189 plus 273. Yeah, plus APB, which is the third one, plus 233. And that gives us 695. Okay. So I'm actually going to make a note of that somewhere. I'm going to make a note of it just in an Exas somewhere, which again you can't see, but it's fine. Okay, so that's, what was the result? 695. So that's 695. I'm going to write that in there. Okay, so then the next thing we got to do is we got to do WRT plus OI. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 205. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 117 multiplied by the next number along, 5, and that's 585. Okay, now what did I say the other number was? The other number was 695. So hang on a minute, let's write that down. 585. 585. So now we do 695. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, no. We still need 585 because we need to add 3 to it. So 585 plus 3 is 588. Okay, so that should be actually 588. Is that second number? And then we need to divide those two numbers together. This is what I suspect. So we go 695 divided by 588 is that whole thing. Well, okay, so I'm pretty sure, so that's, I mean, you can see there, it's one point whatever. Now that's a float, which is a number with a decimal point in programming. Exapunks works on integers, which are whole numbers. You don't have, there's no decimal point, none of this. Which means the answer it will come up with should be 1. But that's actually something that we can test and check if that's actually the result. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a divide. I think we can just write in the numbers. 695 from 588 and write that to X and then do nothing for a step. That should work. See, and again, okay, so there we go. So it did work. So it gives us 1. That's what. And remember that the answer we got was 1 point blah blah blah. So yeah, we're gonna get a whole number here. So we're just gonna have a 1. Okay. So that's basically our next number is 1. Okay. Right. Now the next step is, so we got those two. So now we need to do PC. See, this is where things get tricky. So we need to skip over OD, because OD is the next number along, but we don't want it just yet. We want PC and PS, which are the last two numbers in file 205, which I gotta now bring back up again. So, okay. So what we need to do is we need to do PC and PS first, which is where is it? Oh god, where is it, David White? Okay, so that's 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4, which gives us -2. Right. And then it's -2 plus OD, which is 1. So plus 1 should be then -1. Okay. So our next number along is -1. And -1 is a fine result. We can use -1. We can do stuff with negative numbers. And then we need to multiply. We need to. Oh wait. Okay. And then we need to divide those by each other. So 1 divided by -1. 1 divided by. Oh god. How do I do a negative? -1. Oh wait. Yeah. -1. Equals, so 1 divided by -1 equals -1. Okay, multiplied by 20 is -20. That tells me we've screwed up. I think we've screwed up. -20. Well, that should be, that's saying that the result is -20. I think we've messed up. I don't think it wants us to that strictly follow BODMAS. Or we followed BODMAS in the wrong order. We haven't followed it at all, I should say. See, once we've figured out the order, then we can write out the algorithm and then copy and, like, we only have to write it out once because everything will follow that equation. It's fine. Ooh, okay. I think that's wrong. -20, I think, is wrong. If that, because that's the, remember, that's the winning file, is David Dwight. Oh, you can't see this, sorry. I think that's wrong. -20. I think our answer is wrong. Because if you look, if we go show goal, look under new, it says David Dwight. That's the winning player. I can't imagine that every other number, every other player has a score of lower than -20. But maybe they do. So, okay, hang on a minute. Let's call this. So this is David's numbers. That's David Dwight in 205. And then let's make another note and let's grab like literally any other file. Let's go 219 because that's like right there. That's really nice and easy. And that's Dean Dugan. And they're in 219. Okay. So, it doesn't matter what file I pick because the result, in order to confirm if I got it right, every other player has to have a final score less than -20, which means they have to be like -21 or lower. So, if that is assuming that I didn't screw this up completely. But if I did, we'll know very quickly because if this score is above -20, we've screwed up. Okay. So it's back to the calculator time. Back to calculator time. Okay. So let's clear that and start back from here. So we need to go first three. So BA plus ZA plus APB, which is 222 plus 166 plus 383, and that's 771. So I'm going to write that down. 771. And then we need to do WRT plus OI. I mean multiplied by OI. And that's so up to 3. That's 108. 108 multiplied by 4, which is 432. Well, but it's 432 plus 3. So let's just, plus 3 is 435. 435. That might be where I'm screwing up. It might be that actually you need to divide these together and then add all of that by 3. Maybe that's how you do it. Anyway, we'll follow this through. No, actually, no, I think that's correct. So I think that is screwed up. So actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to 432. We're going to go 432. Okay. And then we need to do PC and PS. And that is the last two numbers in the file. So that's 1 minus... See, that's 1 minus 7 is what it wants me to do. So that's going to give us a negative number. 1 minus 7 is negative 6. So our third number is negative 6. Okay. And then... So we do that, and then we do the division. So we do... Actually, let me just make a new line. There we go. Okay. So then we do the division, and that'll be 771 divided by 432. That gives us 1. We'll call that 1. And then that's divided by negative 6. I think you just do it that way. That gives us basically a 0, which we then add. So we add 3 to that, and that gives us a 2. And we add the OD value, which is the third from the end, which is 2, so plus 2. And then that gives us our... Oh, and then we multiply that by 20. Multiply that by 20. Oh, that might be where I've screwed up. I did the multiplication at the very end. I did multiplication before the addition. Maybe I do the divisions, then I do... But if I did the multiplication before the additions, the answer would have been 0. 0 plus... in this case, 0 plus 3, which would have been 3, plus OD, which is 2, so it would have been 5. The final answer would have been 5. Is that what it wants? Maybe that's what it wants. Maybe it wants... Maybe the AI wants, runs the algorithm and it just sort of rates people more or less out of a score out of 5. And whoever scores closest to that is the pick. Maybe. Oh, this is tricky. This is tough. Okay. So out of all of this, our answer was 94 according to our bad one. But we changed it from this one, so they're kind of invalid. But it tells us that we're screwing up somewhere to get these vastly different numbers. We're screwing up somewhere. And I suspect the game doesn't want you to be as intelligent as I am about it. And I don't mean that I'm good at maths. What I'm saying is I don't think the game's expecting you to use bottom maths. I think the game's literally expecting you to follow the formula all the way along straight. So you do that, divide it by 3, then you add this number, divide that by OD, and then you add this number and multiply the whole thing by 20. I think that's what it actually wants. So I'm going to do that with David Dwight's file. That's what I'm going to do. So we'll get rid of Dean's. And then we're going to get rid of these values. Because we just know it needs to be higher than minus 20. I can keep track of that. Well, okay. So we can just make a separate note of that, actually. Okay. It needs to beat negative 20. Because I think it should be a positive integer. I think it should be a positive number, I suspect. Because this is supposed to be the answer to this test. Remember, the goal of this test is to get David White of test 1. And if we can get this equation right on this one, we'll get the equation right on every other test. Because the algorithm never changes. So let's try doing it straight. Let's just try writing it out straight and see what happens. So, how do we do this? We do this by writing out, so let's just write it straight. BA, ZA, APB. So, oh god, I missed out on bloody, I gotta go down here. Okay. That kind of works. Okay. So, that's the first 3 numbers in 205. So that's 189 plus 273 plus 233. That gives us 695. 695. Now, if we just follow it straight, we divide that by 3. Divide by 3. And it gives us 231. Remember, we're ignoring everything after the decimal point. We're just gonna do it because they're integers. Okay. Then we take that whole thing and we add it to, so we then add WRT, which is the 4th number along, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 117, and we multiplied by OI, which is the number after that, which is 5. And that gives us, that's a big number now, 1743. That's okay. This is really big. I think this might even be wrong too, but let's follow it all the way down and make absolutely sure. 1743. Okay. Then we divide this by, I haven't been doing that the entire time, have I? I did that. No, I did that. You know what? Actually, hang on a minute. Let's take a different tack, because I think that was wrong. Anyway, so we'll just ditch it halfway through. I'm gonna write it out straight in calculator. What am I doing? So BA. So we're gonna do. So okay. So that'll be 189 plus 273 plus 233 divided by 3 plus WRT, which is 117, which is then multiplied by 5, which is then divided by OD, which is 1, which is then subtracted by 2. No. Oh, no. Wait a minute. It's not a subtraction, it's an addition. Yep, divided by OD, which is 1. Yep, plus 2 minus 4 multiplied by 20. And that gives us 34,826. Which is a huge number. But that's it if we did it without its brackets. If we ignored all brackets, and we wrote it straight, that's the answer we get. Now that's a big number. I'm gonna write that down. 34,826. In fact, it's so huge, it's outside of the range of what I'm not actually going to check that again, because I'm not going to do that against another player, because that can't be the answer. Because an Exa cannot achieve this value. Because Exas only have up to the thousands. And their maximum value is 9,999. That's the most they can store. They can't store anything in the tens of thousands. Therefore, if our answer comes up to above 10,000, it's got to be wrong. It's just got to be wrong. Can't do it. So, we actually need to come at this another. We actually need to follow. I think it does. I mean, that kind of proves that that the puzzle, the solution requires BODMAS. It requires us to use that. I'm actually going to do a mega quick Google and see if there's a BODMAS calculator that we can just throw it into. That'll that's math equation solver, order of operations calculator from maths is fun. Okay. Type in your sum to see how to solve it step by step. Yes, this is actually what we want. Oh my god. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna put that over there. All right, y'all can't see this, and I'm really sorry about that. But I think this is I think we've got this. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. So I need to put into. So I'm gonna put in some brackets, and I'm gonna put in. So we're gonna use the 205 numbers though. We're gonna do this. We'll do this with David Dwight to make sure. Okay. So we're gonna go 189 plus 273 plus 233. Okay, and then we need to do divided by 3 plus 3 plus, and then more brackets. WRT and OI, which are the next, which should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the fourth and fifth numbers. So that's 1, 2, 3. So 117 multiplied by 5. 117 multiplied by 5. Another division. OD, which is that number there, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 1 divided by 1, plus more brackets, and in those brackets we go PC, the last two numbers, which is 2 minus 4, and then we're going to multiply that entire thing by 20. Okay, so according to this internet calculator, the answer should be 776.6 recurring, which rounded out to an integer becomes 776. That is a number that an Exa can do and make complete sense. Okay, what's this? No, that's a link. No, I don't want that link. What's the tree? Oh, I see. There's 2 ways of doing this. Okay. Oh, I see. There's 2 ways of looking at this. Hang on a minute. So, yeah. Examples. Okay. You see the calculator. Tree. Press the tree. See, your sum is a tree. You would do the calculation from the top down. Sometimes you have a choice which calculation you do first. Yeah, did all of that properly. I don't need any of that stuff, and I don't need any of that stuff. So, okay, so we'll click on the tree button. Okay. So what it's done is it took... Okay. And then... Oh, okay. So it ran a couple of things... It did 2 of the equations in parallel, according to this tree thing. Right. Okay. Oh boy. So it did. So the first bit that was in the brackets here, it did that, no problem. And then it added 3 to that. Did it add 3 to that? It did. It added 3 to that instead of adding it to WRT, which was the 1, 2, 3, which is the fourth one along. Okay, yeah. Instead of adding it to here, it's added it to here. And then with this one, it did this, and it 117 and multiplied by 5, and then it divided this by this, which I think was OD, which I think is 1. Yeah, which is 1. So it did this and then divided it by this. Did this actually correctly. It subtracted these two together, and then it multiplied that by 20, and then added all the remaining, all those numbers together up. Okay. I think I might be able to write this out as a I think I might be able to write this up. So basically, okay. So what we need to do is, remember, we're holding the file with, and we actually need to seek 1, I think, actually, is also what we need to do. Yeah, let's go, because the name will be first. So we actually want to move over 1. So we want to seek 1. Well, that's actually, we want to do that here, because we just want the numbers for now. And we don't have to do any test EOF, because we're only going to work with the numbers. We know how many numbers are in there, and all the numbers, the amount of numbers that are in there will never change. So that's fine. And the name, like first and last name, is one piece of data. First name and surname are not being counted as two separate pieces of data here. Okay. So let's do all the maths. So we're going to add F well, actually, no, what we're going to do is we're going to copy F to X, because that's our first number. We're going to add F to X and write that back into X. So that's our second number added to our first number that we've copied over, and then we write that back into here. And then we do that step again for our third number. Then, yeah, okay, so took those and added those together. Yep, that's what I just did, and then I just did that and I added those together. And then it divided all of that by 3. So divided those first numbers by 3. Okay, so divide X by 3 and write that back into X. Okay. And then we need to keep that number. Now we need to start doing stuff in the T register for a minute. And that'll be, so that should bring us to our third number, which is in 205, 3. So it should bring us to 117, because we need that number next. And we're going to copy that into the T register. Yep. And then the next number along should be, is the next number along, I think, 5? Yes, it is. Okay. So then we're going to multiply. So we need to go multiply T by F, write that back into T. And then we need to divide T by 1. So divide T by 1, write that back into T. Wait, hold on. It's getting that. Wait, no, it's not by 1, it's by, I think that's by F, because that 1, if I'm not mistaken, is there. Yeah, okay, so it is by F again. Okay, and that brings us to our last two numbers, which is 2 and 4. Oh god. Okay, hang on. No, wait a minute. We don't do those yet. No, we don't do those yet. Okay, so we do this. We've done that. And then Wait, are we multiplying? Yeah, we know we did the multiplication step, and then we divide those together. Yeah, I think that's what it's saying. Okay. It's a little bit tricky to read this tree. Okay, so we did the multiplication. Yeah, we did. Yeah, no, we did that way. Okay, we did the multiplication. Then we did the division. And then, here's what we're going to do. So now we need to bring those two numbers together. Basically to free up the T register again to do our next equation, which is what the tree is also saying on this website, which I have no idea if it's correct, but it looks like the right way to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to add. So we need to add those two together. So it's just add x to t. So add x to t, and write that into x. And then now we need to get our next two numbers. So we need to copy f into t to get 2, to get, where is it, 205, to get this number. And then we are going to do a subtraction step. So sub from, is it from t? Yes, it'll be from, yeah. So sub from t, the value in f, and write that back into t. And that's our last number that we've then just grabbed there. That's 4. That's that f there, right there. Okay, and then we do a multiplication step on that, it's saying. So then we multiply t by 20. Oh crap. I've got numlock off. Whoops. Multiply t by 20, write that back into t. And then add those numbers together. And then add x to t, write that back into x, and that should be our score. So if we've followed this correctly, we should get 776. Oh, for God's sake. Where the heck's the Exa that I'm working with? 199, 205, Expa. That's the one I want to look at. So it's following through all of this. 776. Okay. So we did it correctly. That's the formula. That's it. We've done it. Look, there it is. 776. That's the answer that the website's given me. So I followed the tree correctly. Holy damn. That is complex as. Oh my God. Man, they weren't screwing around with this algorithm, dude. Because that's wild. Oh my God. Okay, but at least we could do it. But that whole thing is the algorithm there, which works. Yeah. Holy moly. And what's on? Yeah, an F. All right, an F has now got nothing. Okay. Whew. Okay. So now that we know that works, we now know this bloody works. So what we're going to do is we're just going to stop. What we're going to do is we're going to actually. What I'll do is this should go into that equation as well. Actually, because we'll copy that whole thing, and we know we want to skip past the name, and then at the end of the file, we know we want to do stuff with what's in the. We then want the name last, basically. So that works. Okay, but I'm just going to comment this out. Oops. No, go to here. So comment this out because I don't actually want this to do anything. I don't want Exba to do anything. I just want Exba to sit there as our as basically just so that we know we know what this is. We have this outside of our main code because that's the algorithm. Okay, so that should go in there though. So it'll grab the file, move past the name, do all the business, do this, link -1, send name and score, which I'll just now delete. So hang on, what I'm going to do is we'll do that. That's the algorithm. Now it links -1, and then it needs to copy F to M. So that's the name. It's going to send the name first and then the number. And then it's going to copy X to M. And then it'll go back because it's still holding, remember, it's still holding this file. And then it needs to halt, and then it'll halt there and drop the file back into here because we're carrying it into here to just so we can have, so we've got the name. But why do that? We're still not doing any testing ever with this. What we could do is instead of going back. No, that's stupid. Here's what we're going to do. We still want to do this because I don't want them all screaming at mum all at the same time. I want them coming in one by one. But they do that. Seek -9999. Copy F into the T register. And then copy T over. T to M. Copy X, which is our final score from all of this, over. So... And then, so it does that. So we'll copy that, drop the file, link over, send over its results, and blow itself up. And that should be the done deal. Let's see how that goes. Expo will just blow itself up because we don't. It's going. I don't have anything to check with, and it's like I know. I don't care. Oh dear. So it's just sitting there waiting now. Oh crap, they're all sitting there waiting now. Okay, because they've all managed to do their maths really fast. And they're all gonna clog up the... Yeah, okay. Okay. That's really bad. Oh my god. Get the hell out of town. Maybe that's what this is for. Because last stream, we looked at that and we had absolutely no idea what that was for. We were like, what is this for? But, except that it buys us time. We can link, and we can have them all do that and have them all kind of run around the mound. Wait, but are they stuck in there? Yeah, I think they'd be stuck in there. They wouldn't be able to get back. They would just be permanently stuck in there. Okay. Yeah, there's no way for them to get back out. I thought we could put them in a loop in there until we're ready for them. But no, I don't think that'll work. So we can't bring them back into here because they just clog up because they're doing all of this way faster than they're doing their replication step. Test down to file, otherwise seek -9999. Why is it doing that? Why is it going all the way back to the start of the file? That makes no sense. Yeah, so copy F to X, do that, test the end of the file. If false, jump back into the loop, but then it falls through and it goes back to the start of the file. Why did I tell it to go back to the start of the file? There's nothing at the start of the file that I want. And in fact, file counter, copy. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. That's how I was handling. Oh, that's how I was handling how many kids we're going to send information over for us to do the next step. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we do this and we run all the way through. Hang on a minute. And then, all right. And then we double that because we need 2 pieces of information. Then we drop the thing. Okay. Right. So we've got it doing a link -1. We're not going to do that because that causes problems. What I think I need them. Wait a minute. I'm gonna send this egg. I'm gonna send an Exa on a mission. You're gonna link 800. I want to see if we can like have them do the score and then send them all through and have them all go through this like one by one. That might slow them down enough that we can get our information and get our kids to blow themselves up by the time we're ready to send the next information. So it's link 800, and then that'll be link. God, that's hard to see. Link, that's $7.99. $7.99. And then we can just do this as a rep loop. I'm not gonna 3 times end, and it's gonna link 800. And I want to see what happens when that does that. So what's Exas gonna do? It's gonna move through. And then it ran out of instructions right there. Okay, so instead of doing it 3 times, let's do it 5 times. I want to see if it like would actually keep looping around. There. Nope, it's just gonna keep. Oh, we got an achievement for that. Home run. Oh, okay, cool. All right, sweet. That was for an achievement. Great, but it doesn't actually help us like at all. Well, I mean, it technically does because we could have. No, but then to see if we blow them up and then the files would get stuck in here. There's no way for them to come out. So that's actually not helpful for timing. Well, actually, it is because because they're dropping the file, aren't they? They are. They're going to drop the file because we're going to keep that in our T register. So they could just run around. But see, if there's somebody in here and we link, and there's somebody here wanting to link over, that's going to cause a crash. And that's actually really, really bad. Yeah. Right, so we did that, and then we've got our write file. Yeah, which is copying those, subtracting from that. And then testing. Which, I mean, I could do the T register gimmick in here. Which is less instructions, but that's fine for now. It's a bit dirty, but it's fine for now. Okay. Right. Let's see what happens now, actually. Oh, wait, because we've still got the link -1 in here. Get rid of that. Okay, so we're making all the children. Well, we could just do a rep step and just have them like literally hold and do nothing for a while. Okay, so now it's all seizing up because it can't make any more kids. Right, so we actually do need them to move. Oh, because they're dropping all their files. Right, okay, of course. Ugh. So maybe we have them hold on to them. Yeah, instead of doing a drop, we'll just have them hold on to them just for the sake of, see, because then they can just hold them until Mama's ready to, like, wait, hold the phone? Oh, right, because we doubled it. We doubled. Oh, right, no, because now. Ooh, okay. We need to reset our X register. Copy 0 into X. Then we need to go through this. Actually, what am I doing? I go here. Okay. Oh, why am I copying F into T? Why am I doing that? I don't need that at all. I don't need the first. Copy F to T, add 1 to X. Oh, I see. Right, because we need to... Right, okay, yeah, because I needed somewhere just to, like, put a thing that I don't care about. Right, yeah, while we build our counter. Yep. Add that. Then we drop that file. Then we make a new file. Now, who... Okay, Billy, who sent their first bit of information, Billy Brook. And the next bit of information is 319. So in our new file that Mama's making up here, we should get 319 next. No, we're not. We're getting a name. And then we're getting another name and another name. Okay. So they send them in that order. That's a problem. Not really. I mean, we learned something. We learnt that they will all now send off. If I'm guessing, no. Why are they now sending off? I think it's just whoever happens to have reached that line next. Okay, that's a problem. All right, so we might need them all to kind of like hold. But maybe what we do is we make them hold. Oh my god, this is a nutty idea, but like, what if we made them hold by the value of their score? Which means the higher the score, the longer they wait, which means that the last two pieces of information automatically, like, it all filters itself out itself, and the last two pieces of information then is the highest score, which we just delete everything before that. Or we save those two pieces of information, wipe the file, make a new file, write those two pieces in. Done deal. Oh my god. That could work. Okay, hang on. I've still got to write this counter out, but that's not actually that hard. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy X into the T register, and then we need a loop. We need a mark, and we're going to call this rep wait. So this is their wait loop. And we'll do this based off the T register. So it'll subtract from T1, write that back into T. And then I believe it was true, jump into rep wait. And that way, it's just going to wait. It's just going to sit here until it's ready to do this. I think. Okay. So now who am I? XA0. Okay. Who's that? That's that one. Okay. So now they've got 353. So they've got 353, and then they're going to subtract 1. Yep. And then they're going to wait for 340 steps. But remember, everybody else is waiting for so many steps, but by this point, Mama's ready to go. And then he'll probably count down first, and then send its information. Wait a minute. Why is somebody else sending their information sooner? Uh-oh, this isn't good. Where's XA? Now they're waiting. They're waiting to copy stuff in. Okay, and Exa0. So Exa0 is going to send Dean Dugan. Ooh. No. Wait a minute. Or did I go to the wrong one? Hold on. Sending a Jeff. That was 2. They're sending 234. Oh, because their score's lower. Oh, of course. Okay. And then it blows itself up. And then everybody else, theoretically, sends theirs all off at the same time. Okay, hang on a minute. I'm going to get to here. Okay. M to F. Jump to right. Oh, okay. So we need to kind of go through this now, but we don't go through this, until everybody else is ready to send. Right. So we need to just fast forward a bit. Because I think I forgot to put in a halt instruction. So, well, I mean, we could just do that now. Once it does all of this, link -1 and halt, we'll just do that. Well, no, well, yeah, whatever. So we'll just skip to here, and then it should just, yep. So it should now be receiving information in a nice order. Yep, there it is. Look at that, and look at that, it's all in ascending order. Did that, oh, it got everything. Oh, sweet as, sick as. See, and it's got everything. So now, here's what we're gonna do. This is, oh my God, this is just madness. Oh my goodness. I think I've got this. Look at this, look, because look, it's all in ascending order, and we want the player with the highest score. Isn't that what we want? Oh, no, this is still running apparently. Why is it still running? Oh, because it's, oh, that's a problem. This counter doesn't work anymore. This counter's not working. Is that what's going on? Hang on. So everybody else has emptied out and sent their information over. And yeah, this is now, it's stuck in an infinite loop. Okay, that's a problem. So, X, test ELF. Okay, maybe instead of doing an addition, we're just gonna, because we just want to double it, so we're gonna multiply X by 2, write that back into X, drop, make, do this. Well, instead of doing that, what we'll do is we'll write it into T register. And then instead of doing a test, so we'll do a T jump, and we'll do this, and we'll subtract from T1 to T, and that, because that's maybe now less cycles, that it should work. Okay, hang on a minute. Oh. Oh, wait, right. No. We need to go through all of this. So we need to send it all the information, and it's still running. Let's reach 10. Oh, we don't need to double it. We don't need a multiplication step at all. We just don't. I'm just being silly. Okay, so now, wait a minute, why is it now? Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, it didn't send over. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on there? It didn't send all the information. Oh, in fact, it didn't even get all of its information correct. Why is it? Wait, hold on. What's going on here? So it does that. Made a file. Then waited to receive a piece of information. Received another piece of information. Oh, okay. So we didn't. Oh, I see. So why are we not? Oh, because we're copying it to there. Right. Oh, okay. Right. Yes. Oh, I see what the problem is. Okay. So we need to copy. Yeah, that. We need to do that, and then once we've done that, we need to copy X into the T register. That should fix that problem. Okay. Yes, it did. Okay. Make -1, halt. Yeah, okay, but we don't want it to actually halt, because now we need to sort through our information, but now we're doing that without putting ourselves in an infinite loop. And then 1, 0. Yes. Okay, cool. So before we do a halt, in fact, yes, no, we still need a halt step. We're gonna link -1, and then, if we're correct, okay, and then, look at that. It's all in ascending order. Haha! Oh, that's brilliant. There we go. And then we just know that the winner is always going to filter out down here. And we don't even need their number. We literally just need this. We just need that. And that's so because it goes name number. I'm so glad I sent it name number. I mean, we could just send names. We could make this even more efficient again, because we don't need the score. Now, what are we at for size? I mean, we're pretty good for size. So what? Hang on, because what's the rep? What are they doing? So they're copying into their T register the name. We don't need the name. So wait, why are they copying X to M? Why are they sending 3 pieces of information? Copy. Oh no, they're not. They're sending 2 pieces of information. Sorry. Oh my god. I just blew up my brain. Okay. You know what? No, let's make this test work. Once it works, then we can then we can tweak it to make it more efficient. No, let's make it more efficient now. What am I doing? So we're only going to do this step once. And in fact, we can save even more instructions because now we don't need the... Well, we do need the name. In fact, that's literally all we need. Because all this score is going to do is give us our weight, because we know that the highest number is going to filter through all the way to the bottom. So we only need to send that over, and then we have a list of names. If I'm correct, we should just now have a list of names. We just have a list of names. The last name being the correct one. Cool. So, we now go... Well, I mean, there's no need to link -1. We can just do it in here. It's like, whatever. Because we're at the end of the file, so we need to seek -1, just to go back to the name. Copy F to X, because we got to delete everything else in that file, remember. And we're going to wipe that file. Then we're going to make a new file. And we're going to copy X to F, link -1 whole. And that should be our final name, if I'm correct. So we write everything out. We seeked -1. Yep, and they gave us David Dwight. We wiped the file, made a new file, copied that name into that file, linked -1, halted. Hey! Ooh! Hi! Yeah! Alright, that worked. Oh my god, I can't believe that worked. Okay, well, let's get rid of this Exas because we don't need it anymore, because we've got it now up here. We know that. We know the algorithm works. Oh my god. That's actually really good. I can't believe it's that friggin' efficient. Look at this. 51 out of 100? That's insane. And then this takes a while because we have to wait. But then we send the names. But all the names are going to come in order. Wow, that name is... Wow, how long is that one going? How long is that one going? Whoa! That was that sum was 770. Right, oh, that was David Dwight. And David Dwight has the longest to wait. Okay. Yeah, the highest number has the longest to wait. Okay, so now we're getting names. We're starting to get some names. And we'll probably get a bunch in the middle, which we, because they'll probably all have similar scores. Yeah. But they never seem to have the same score. But even if they do, the last name is still the only name we need. So people in the middle of the pack, if they've got the same name, it doesn't matter what order they're in. Like, it doesn't matter if, if they're both 500, it doesn't matter which 500 comes in first. They're both the same. And so they're treated the same in data, which is garbage. we just scrap them. Okay, so our activity, though, is, I think, 2, technically. In fact, we could make our activity... No, it's still 2. It's still going to be 2 because... Why is it still 2? Because Mum is still going in there to do her thing. And we got to send... Otherwise, we got to send a bunch of cloned Exas over. And I think that would increase our activity. Okay, I think we've pretty much got it. So let's just fast forward this. Whoa, this is... Oh dear. Oh dear, it broke. Oh dear, it broke. Okay, hold on. Test 20, it broke. That's not good. Why did it break at test 20? Oh dear. So what should be the result? Gabriel Del Rio. And what result will we getting? We're getting Drew. Okay. So why is Drew Lacosa coming in over Gabriel Del Rio? What happened there? Okay. So, Gabriel Del Rio's file 299 and Drew Lacosa's 274. So, 299, 274. So we're going to keep an eye on, see who grabs. Okay, so Exa 2, we're going to keep an eye on. Well, actually, I want to see Exa 2 first. We'll just watch them. We won't, and we'll ignore everybody else. I just want to see what their score is. 507. Okay. And then who's got Drew Lacosa? They do. And they're going through. So we got 507 and 505. So they should be coming through before... Wait a minute. So why are they... Copy X into the T register. Yeah. And then begins the wait. And they're now at 500. And Exit 2 is at 4... Oh! Oh, okay. For some reason... Oh, it's happened faster because it started a lot sooner. Okay. So maybe we need to have them all start at the same time. That's the way to fix that problem, I think. So what we actually need them all to do is to grab X. So here's what we need them to do. We could actually have them... We could have them do a wait step where... So we do that. And then have them wait have them wait for a step. And just have them sit there before they kick off the rep wait, maybe. So that way they're ready to go. And then when they receive that instruction, then they'll start the wait, and then they're all, boom, going at the same time counting down. That's going to up our cycles, but it's going to make sure that all the data comes through at the correct times. Okay. And we don't need anything. We don't need them to keep that number that we send through to them. We're just going to send through a number. So, but where does that need to happen? It needs to happen here. So what we need to do is, so we copied the X to T, and then we need to do a start loop. We're going to call this, well, not a start loop. We'll call it a time loop. Time loop. I don't know. Yeah. Time loop works because it's about getting the timing right. Because then, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do what we did in here, but we're gonna do it here first, basically. And we're going to copy. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter. 34. I'm pretty sure that's the jersey number for Michael Jordan. That's the only sports number I know. Sports related number I know. Because we were talking about The Last Dance the other week on Pint Party. So copy 34 to M. Subtract 1 from T. Oh, whoops. Subtract from T, 1, write it back into T, sorry. And then, if true, jump into time loop. And then it's just going to run through that. And then we're going to copy X back into T, because we're going to keep the number's still here. We've kept it, pretty sure. Yeah, we did. We haven't messed with it since. So then we can just do another loop and do that loop twice. So that should work. So then it sends over a number, and then it's just going to send that number to everybody. Oh, but they're not getting the number at the same bloody time. That's a problem. This might not work still. But let's find out. What does it now have? But it has the correct answer, pretty sure. It now has Gabriel Del Rio. So maybe it did work? Because they all kicked off their timers, I suppose, roughly at the same time? It kind of worked. It sent our cycles through the roof, but our size is like amazing. Look at our size and look at our activity. I mean, activity, yeah, like that's there was no way to make that smaller, basically. Unless we just send but it would still be. We could set them all global and just send the replicators through, but that would increase our size by 1 to save us 1 activity. No. I can't believe that fixed it. I didn't think that'd fix it because it's still saying, now you go, now you go, now you go. And like, as it's doing that, the other counters are still ticking down. But I suppose even when there's like enough of a difference of a few cycles and it's doing that every 3 cycles? So I suppose if no score is like, and the scores that matter, I should say, which is like first and second place, as long as first and second place are more than 3 points apart, it must work, that plan. But otherwise it doesn't. If it's not, that's not a permanent solution. We would, yeah. It works, but it shouldn't. But I guess that's another thing in programming. Like sometimes stuff works and you go, that shouldn't work, but it does. Therefore, I don't know why that works. All right, well, let's see what Ember's got to say now that we've given her the ability to gamble. Okay, Processing. It turns out sports betting is not, in fact, a good way to make money. I could have told you that. You should have said something. Better you learn on your own. Yeah. Better you learn on your own? What does that mean? Don't put this on me. This is all happening because I'm trying to help you. Let's continue. Oh boy. Okay. More chats. Man, war dialing's a slog. But I found some weird stuff. Any government servers? I found a power company. And something to do with insurance claims processing. Decent hit so far. Eventually you'll come across the DNA database, run by FEMA. Yeah, I'll let you know when I reach that. Oh. God, that's such a meme now, I guess, yeah. When people thought FEMA was like this big, scary black helicopter government, super agency. And then Hurricane Katrina happened. Yeah, but that's period correct. People were probably worried about that in the late 90s. People were worried about that in the 90s because it's also like one of the central plot points of the first Deus Ex game. King's Ransom Online. Reset ownership information of virtual real estate in King's... Oh, wait, there's an article about this in the manual. Okay. Did you know people pay real money for items in online games? Yeah, it's pretty common. It's apparently a booming business. Some players even make their living from games this way. Yeah, it's not a great way to make a living. Normally, it takes a lot of skill and perseverance. But if someone were able to change the ownership of these digital objects, theoretically that person could become very wealthy overnight. I'm not suggesting that you do that, of course, but I am suggesting you try. Right. Okay. Reset the ownership of all castles and sub-buildings to that. File 300, the player ID for unowned buildings. Oh, okay. To ensure that there are no witnesses, you must first disconnect all connected players. Terminate every Exa. Whoa! Oh, okay. Oh boy! Oh boy! Phew! This is gonna get bloody. We have to kill every Exa, terminate all their connections, terminate every Exa in every host before changing any castle or sub-building files anywhere in the network. If you leave an Exa alive in one host while changing a file in another, you will fail the task. Okay, so let's have a look and see what the manual has to say on this. So let's go. I'm just going to zoom out. So okay, so it's King's Ransom Online was up here. There it is. Is that all? Oh no, that's literally all there is. Okay, we got an ad, and okay, 100%. Oh wow, okay, it's like a watch that keeps in contact. It's wirelessly connected to your game. Okay, let's put it online game. All right, so it's okay. So this is. I can't believe it's not World of Warcraft. Got it. King Ransom Online. Let's build my game. Good. Realm was hosted. Each realm was hosted on a dedicated server so as to handle the vast numbers of players that connect to KRO. Oh my god, no, that's not. Go away. Okay, so each building has the following format. Okay, name type, either castle, building, or upgrade. Owner's player ID. Oh, okay, so that tells me how to read the files. Oh, good. Okay, that's good. So that's the name of the castle, that's the castle type, and that's the player ID, which is what we want to reset to this. And then a bunch of, like, I'm guessing, that are the file IDs of, and then sub-buildings. Okay, which... And sub-buildings can have their own sub-buildings. Okay, each weapon has the following format. Okay. Oh, I see. So buildings and weapons... Are we going to have any weapons in here, or is it just buildings? Building, Metalsmith's Quarters, that's a building, that's a building, that's a building. Building. Upgrades are also buildings, by the way. It said that that's part of its metadata. So it looks like they're all buildings. Okay, so we don't have to worry about... Oh, no, we do have to worry about weapons, because the Exas are holding weapons. Damn it. Okay, so I think the first thing we need to do is we're going to need 2 Exas. Well, no, we don't. No, we don't. Well, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We need 2 Exas. So the first Exa is our killing machine. Like, this is our Terminator bot. We're going to make Terminator now. Or... I should come up with a fantasy theme. This is our Sauron. Is that right? I'm not super familiar with Lord of the Rings. I did watch the movies. God, that was a slide. I should actually read the books, actually. Because the movies were... Oof, they were rough. I'm not a fan of the movies. But my dad absolutely loves the books. He won't shut up about the books. He didn't like the movie either, but like he loves the books, so maybe I should try the books. Anyway, so what we're going to do is, I guess... Well, so Exa is going to be kind of like a general bot. So it's going to link 800. Terminate. So Sauron will enter the chat. And then it will unleash its horde. Oh, god damn it. I can't remember the name of the orcs. That's a World of Warcraft. I'm mixing my references. Let's stick with Sauron because I remember that one. So Sauron's going to come in and be like, it is Wednesday, my dudes. And then... absolutely ruin the land. So that needs to be a replication step, but we need the replication step to only happen... Well, we only need... Yeah, actually, we could do this as a macro, because we only need it to happen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. We literally just need it to do the same thing, which is rip kill. Okay. We just needed to make 6 of those. And then it'll need to do something else, but I don't know what else yet. So we'll figure that out later. Okay, so we now need our rep kill. So, but they all need to do a different thing, actually. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy, let's see, what's the lowest one? 800. So 800. New. We're going to copy 799 into the X register. And then we're going to do this. Because what we're going to do is basically we're going to build a counter, which is going to then determine our link. So, mark rep kill. Because remember, everyone will get copied with whatever's in the X register. So it will then add. It'll handle its own addition step. Wait, why is it handling its own addition step? Why don't I have the addition step handled by this? So if I just go add 2x1, write that back into x, do the rep kill, so we end up with 800. Link 800, link 801, 802, 3, 4, 5. And that kind of accounts for 0, I think. I hope. So we're going to link X. I don't even know if that's going to work. I'm going to see if that even bloody works. So we redo a rep kill, and it'll link X, which means it should link into 800. Boom! Oh, it worked. Okay, good. Okay, good. Good. Okay, so now that we know that... Okay, that's first speed bump passed. First hurdle passed. Okay. So we're going to link X, and then we don't know how many people are in each one. In fact, it changes every time. So we're just going to have it kill until it can't kill no more. So, but I think the file size, the host size never changes. No. Okay, so the actual size of the server never changes. So it's 3, 6, 9, 12. So now it'll have its own rep 12, and this will be the kill. It's just going to do that 12 times. Yep. And it's going to, oh my god, yep. And then it's just going to go boom, 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 boom. And then I think they might end up blown. No, they don't blow themselves up. Okay, no, they won't. So they can just, okay, cool. But we didn't get into 805. Why didn't we get into 805? Hold on. So 801, 802, 803, 804, 805. There's Exa 5. Link X. No, it did it. Oh. Ooh. Oh, right, of course. Because it's just, yeah, because then we have it, it just automatically moves over itself as well. Never mind. Yeah, okay, so it did actually work. So that works. Okay. But then once it does the kill step, they just end up just kind of sitting there being like little Texans and going, yeehaw! So then we want it to link -1, and then we want it to copy we just needed to copy a value. And I suppose, and it doesn't matter what the value is, so let's try and keep it in the theme. I'm gonna do a quick Google here because I don't want to get yelled at by the nerd community. Okay. Let's see. How do I do this? Lord of the Rings. Number of rings. I'm pretty sure, because I think there were 19. They're not right. 19 of these rings were made by the Elven Smiths. Yeah, by the Elven Smiths. I was gonna say 7, but 7 were for the dwarves. Right. Okay, because I was gonna say, because I always play as a dwarf, so I guess that's why I remember that the dwarves got 7 of the 19 rings. Okay, so we'll just do 19 though. So we'll copy 19 and say we've been to all the lands. and we did our business, and then they will just halt. Because that's as far as that needs to go. Okay, and then I guess the same step needs to happen 6 times again. So at rep 6 void M. And that's just going to be like, it's going to wait until it gets 6 of those. So they all come back and report basically that the rooms are empty. And once they're empty, then it can link back. Well, it can link back and say, well, no, it won't link back. What it'll do is it'll, actually, you know what I'll do? I'll set this to local because I want to leave this at global. Because then what we'll do is it'll go mode and set itself back to global and then say, okay, come on in, Exba, and do your business. Yes. That is how that'll work. Okay, so it'll do that. It'll go mode, and then it'll copy 19 as well to M, because it literally doesn't matter. And then it'll halt, because then we don't need it no more. So that should now all work. So it's sending over people to kill, and it's doing all of its killing. Oh boy, here I go killing again. And then it sends over the data, and then it's sending over, and it waits, and it goes, okay, we're all good. We're sending 19 over, which it won't do anything because our expert didn't have any instructions, and so yeah. But basically, what this one should do is it'll wait now. This will now just wait. Hang on. So let's make sure that this actually works. So we'll just do this. Look, boom. So we waited this entire time, and then went, boom. We killed everybody. Great. Okay, so we know now how to not wipe the server. We know how to kick everyone off the server. So we've got that sorted. That's the kick everyone off. That's Sauron bot. Now we need. Oh, damn it! Oh man, names. I can see the little grey goblin thing's face. My precious, that little creature will come in next, because that's, now we're going to go and we're going to take things and screw with them. Anyway, whatever. So we void M, and that's just it waiting for its go code. Now it's got its go code. Actually, while it's doing this, we may as well just make it kind of like do stuff in the meantime, which is it's going to grab file 300, copy that into its X register. So reset the ownership of all castles and sub-buildings to that, which is in file 300. But is that the same every time? It's the same every time. Oh, all right. Because we need that value every single time. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. So this, so this needs to happen. So we do that, and then we're just going to drop that file because we don't need it anymore. I hope we don't need it anymore. We might need it. But I don't think... No, we won't. No, we won't. We shouldn't. We might. But because I'm going to do another replication step for this. I'm going to basically do what we did with the killing, but instead of killing, they're going to replace information. Which means it still needs... It'll need that in this X register no matter what. So then it'll wait. Because it can just go through happy as a clam and just do that and then just wait. And then just wait for, like, all the killing. Yeah. So that's fine. Okay. And then once it's got the go, it'll go into the thing, and then we just need to do another rep step. Rep 6. Because we then need to create a bunch of exas that will go into each one. Ooh. That's a problem, because how do I tell the exas where to go? Here's what we're going to do. We're not going to copy F into X. We're going to copy 800 into X, because we'll do the same trick. Well, no, not 800, 799, sorry. Because that bit of code was really, really good, so we're just going to recycle it. Okay, so 799, and then add 1. So wait, add to X1, write that back into X. and then do a replication step. And we'll call this one replace. And then it'll just do that a bunch of times. And that gives us our, yeah. And that'll give us like our, what everybody, like, that puts everybody in the right place. That just puts everybody in the right place. So mark rep replace. And then, let's see. So mark rep replace. And then they're just going to link X because it's in their X registry. And then we need them to kind of wait, I guess. So do all the files have the same numbers? No, but they all do have a file registry in them. I'm pretty sure that's file 200. That's what. Is that what file 2? No, 200. Why is that a locked building? Oh, is that? Oh, maybe each one of these is a castle. Oh, I see. And it has. Wait. So wait a minute. Hold on. So if I grab this one, that file 200 there, it has a castle, and then a list of. Oh, and then a list of file names. That's the file directory. So if I'm correct, that should have just a. It's got a. Wait, 6797 and a 209. So what the heck's this? Quartermaster's office. Okay. Reset the ownership of all castles and buildings. The player ID, which is the player ID for unowned buildings. Ensure that there are no witnesses. Disconnect all connected players. We did that. Terminate every extra and every host before changing any castle or sub-building files anywhere in the network. Done that. Okay. Alright, hang on. I gotta double check this manual. So they got name type, yeah. The owner's player ID, and 0 or more numbers that are the file IDs of sub-buildings of this building. Sub-buildings can even have their own sub-buildings. Right. Such as the Wizard's Tower. But do I need... Oh, that could be a problem. Hang on a minute. Has anybody got a Wizard's Tower? I don't even know. See, but there's... Hang on. But see, this one, right, which is... This file 200, which is that one, has that, and then this file here, 209. But it doesn't have a listing for... So that's... Is that a player file? So the name, the type. That's the name. That's the type. Right. What's the third type? The owner's player ID, and 0 or more numbers that are the file IDs of sub-buildings. Right. So that's the player ID. Okay, and then that's the buildings that they own. But then what the heck is 229? Is that not? That's a quarter. See, that's listed as a quartermaster's office, which is okay. Hang on a minute. So we go to 209. Oh, I see. That's where 220. Oh, I see. So 209. That's the sub. So the castle has a sub building, but that sub building also has a sub building. Oh my god. Right. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, that's gonna be a pain in the butt. Okay. Well, not really. Yeah, no, not really. I think we should be able to sort it. Okay. But it's a lot of code. Oof. Okay. Alright. So it's gonna link X, and then... Well, so file 200 is the same in every single one. Because that's the directory. Yeah, that's part of its base file system. So then we grab 200. Okay. And then we need it to do a replication step. But before it does a replication step... No, not before it does a replication step. Oh, God. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to get the file number from the file directory to the replicated exa. And I suppose what I do is make the exa and then just send it what's in the file. Tell it to grab that file. Okay, hang on. So instead of rep replace, we'll call this rep. Call this rep search, I suppose. Rep search. And then we're going to make another one called rep replace, because that'll want the so it'll link X, grab 200. It'll then copy F to X. So this kind of needs to happen in a loop though, but I can't do it as a macro because I need to know. Yeah, so copy F to X. So actually what we need to do is we need this as a loop. So mark, I'm just like call this rep loop. Okay. No, that's not going to work because the file directory, what's the file directory actually got? So, okay, but the first three, okay, so no. So we need to do a seek first. Seek, because we need to skip that, and skip that. Well, actually, no, we don't need to skip that. We want to... No, can we replace that? I think we do. Okay. So actually, here's what needs to happen. Grab 200. Copy M to X, because we're going to add an extra step here, which will be repeated 6 times as well. And that'll be... Copy. Are we carrying the file? We're still carrying the file, aren't we? We grabbed it. We did that. And then we did... Yeah, we're still holding the file. So then we do this. Oh yeah. And then we're gonna copy F to X. And then we're gonna copy X to M. We're gonna do that 6 times. And then this is going to wait for that player number, because that's the player number. It's going to wait for that, and then it's going to seek 1, 2. Well, it should be... I think it should be 2. It might be 3. It might go... I think it goes 0, 1, 2. Seek 2, and then... oh god, what was the reply? Oh god, it's been such a long time since I've actually replaced something in a file instead of... I think it's... Is it just... What is it? I think it's just a straight copy. I think we just do copy the value... Yeah, into the second operand. I think we just do that. I don't think it needs to do anything else. I don't, file manipulation. No. Yeah, so it should be just, it's just copy. I think copy would just work fine. So then we copy. Or we could just copy M straight into F, I guess. No, well, no, because then we need a way to... Oh, that's true. No, because this... Oh, no, wait a second. Yeah, it's doing that. Link's over there. Grabs file 200. Gets the player number. 62. Oh, right, yeah, okay, so we're just going to copy... well, wait a minute. What are we doing? Because we don't need... Because we need to send the... Well, we need to send the... I suppose once they go in here... Once they do... Actually, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. Once they do this step, they're going to go local. Because then we only want them to talk to each other in their own portions of the server. They don't need a global step anymore. But also just keeps them from, like, if this one that gets it first, it's not going to grab whatever... Any clones in here aren't going to grab what's coming out from here. Because we don't want them to do that anyway. So that'll go local. Right. And then, so do we want it to copy M to X though? Does that even make sense? Why do that when we could just copy it straight into, we could just do, grab 200. Oh no, because we need to. Well, hang on, because what we can do is. Hang on, what am I doing? I'm gonna do this. We're gonna grab the file. We're gonna seek to. Copy M to F. Then we're gonna go mode. Then we're gonna go local. That's yeah. Hang on. Let's see if that even works. So, all the killing. Then it goes, okay, I'm all good. And then this one is going to start creating clones. So XB0 did that. It seeked 2. And then it waited. And then it waited. Nice. So it just waited. And then it started sending over one at a time. It received a file. Copied M to F. Yes, it did. And then it went global, and then it'll run out of instructions, so it'll blow itself up. But yes, okay. Cool. All right. Yeah, that works. All right, sweet. Okay, so that gives us our player number here. Which we can then basically kind of like have them all kind of do kind of what this did, but just locally. So it'll go. But what if something doesn't have? Well, maybe have they all got? Well, that's just the castle. I suppose it'll be a 0. Hang on, let's see if anybody has no sub buildings in any of the tests. Or do they all have at least one sub-building? So let's see, at least one sub-building up here. No, that's one sub-building. I think they've all got a minimum of one sub-building. So we don't need to at the file directory level or the castle level, we don't need to check if the number is 0, because that's what I was going to do, is check if the number is 0. But I suppose if the number is 0, then it goes file ID not found, errors out, and blows itself up anyway. So it really we don't need to check for 0 anyway. Well, no, we do, because I want to... No, we don't, because once it does all of that, they can blow themselves up. Yeah, we don't need them to come back, because we don't need to extract anything, we just need to replace something. Yeah. So, right, so we do that, then we need to go into a rep loop, and that should now, yeah, copy F to X. Do we want to do the replication step here, or do we need to test for the end of the file here? We'll do I think the replication step. So we're going to go rep, and this will be rep replace. So copy F to X, rep replace, test EOF, and if false, jump back into rep loop. So that's only going to make as many files as it needs to. But I don't know how to tell it, because we need it to not just send that, we'll also need it to eventually then send over we need it to send over I suppose we just build a counter for that, don't we? Yeah, I suppose we could, but we're already getting pretty close to the size limit. So I think what we need to do... I think this is the way we're going to do it. So once we fall through, because we're still holding the file, seek -999. Oh, that's still holding. Oh, wait a minute. Damn it, this is still holding the player number, isn't it? But we don't need it. We don't need it to do anything anymore, I guess. So we just need to leave no trace, because it's already sent over the player number. So then I guess we could just wipe the file and halt. Because once this is done, all of this is where it all is. I guess that's all that. Yeah. Hang on. Let's see if we even get to here. So we do that. We send over our code. Send over the player number. And then we wipes the file and halt it. Okay, and then everybody's going to do things. Okay, all right, cool. And then, oh wait a minute, what am I doing? Yeah, no. Then we fall into this loop, yeah, which is still our first, yeah. So that's basically a grandchild, I guess. I'm going to call that 2rep replace, just to keep it cleaner, or just so that I know that it's like separate to this. This is one child, this is a child of a child, is 2. Okay, and then it's going to seek 9999, and then we need to seek, does it seek, how many times? So 2 was 0, 1, 2, so we need to seek 3, so because we got to go here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to, kind of build another loop, aren't we? Yeah. We need to build another loop just to test how big this file is, to know how many times we need to send the player ID. So, which we need to count into our X register first, because we need to do a test EOF every time. So, mark rep counter, and so it's going to void f. We literally just need to read that file, add to x. Oh wait a minute, hold on, because what we also need to do is we need to reset our x counter. Okay, so we void f, add to x, 1, write it back to x, test EOF, if false, jump into rep counter. So then it'll just do that for as many of these as there are. And then once it's done that, it's going to copy that into a T register, so that we can do another counter for sending the player number, and we need to seek -9999 again. So we go back to the start of the file, guaranteed, and then we need to what was it? Seek 2. Seek 2. Copy F into the X register. So now we've got the player ID again, and then mark rep ID. And then we're gonna copy X to M, and remember this is all happening over the local register, and if true, jump to rep ID, and it's just going to keep doing that. And once it runs out of, oh whoops, I haven't put a space there. Okay, and then once it runs out of that to do, it's already done its file here. It's already replaced that file number. So, and then it's done its job making sure that everybody else has the file number. So then all it's going to do is halt, and that's it. And then it can just wipe itself, because we want to keep all these files. We don't want to delete them. We just want to manipulate them. Okay, now the kid, because it's born with a file number in it, and it's going to grab X. It's going to grab that file. So let's say it's here and we're grabbing 259. So what's in there? The file number is the last thing. Is it the same in every one? I think the player ID is the same. Wait a minute. No, is it the same in every one? Because sub buildings can have some buildings have sub building. Wait, that's just got 1, and that's fine. But that one I believe. What's that 200 there? Oh no, 290 and 236. Right, that's what I thought. So then, so 290 has a... Okay, so we can't just seek all the way to the end. But I think that's going to be counted as a keyword. But it's always the third one along, minimum. It's always going to be the third one along. Yeah, it will be. It'll always be the third one along. Even if there's a sub-building. Look, so you got name, like name of the building, type of building, player who owns it, and then a sub-building. Right. So that file structure is always the same too. So that's fine too. Okay, so then we just go seek 2. Is it 2? Yeah, it'll be 2, wouldn't it? Yeah, because you go 0, 1, 2. Yeah. Seek 2. And then we need to wait. We need to copy M into our X registry because we need to get the player number, which is, remember, we're gonna create everybody else first, and then yeah, because remember, we're gonna, and then it can wait here until it receives the player ID. And once it receives the player ID, we can just copy it straight into the F register. That's all it needs. Yeah, we don't have to keep that number. No, as a matter of fact, we do actually. We do actually, because if there's sub files, we want to then do a rep step and give them the player ID. And basically, yeah. And I don't think sub buildings, the sub building of a sub building. I think it only goes 2 layers down. So you've got a castle, a sub-building, another sub-building, but I don't think there's a lower one under that, I think. So we should be good. So we do that, copy it into the X register, and then we copy X to F, because then we need to do, well, actually, no, here's what we're going to do. So we're going to do, we'll create a mark end. We'll create an end with a halt. Well, it doesn't need a halt instruction. It's just an end. It can just run out of instructions. It's fine. Okay, so now we're going to test for the end of the file. And if true, it's going to jump to end. Because if there's no sub-buildings, it doesn't need to run a replication step. But if there is... no. Okay, so copy M to X... Here's what we're going to do. This can actually happen later. So we need to wait. We need the player ID. Once we've got it, we test for the end of the file. If it's true, because this can be the last thing it does. No, but that'll always move false because it won't be at the end of the file. No, it won't be. So no, it needs to do this first. So no, we need to do that. That guarantees that. Then we test it for at the end of the file. If we're not at the end of the file, then we're going to copy X into the T register just to keep the player ID. Then we're going to copy F to X, and then we're going to, and actually this needs to kind of happen, this will need to happen in a loop. So mark to rep, I suppose that's, oh god, and this will need its own separate bloody counter as well for how many sub-buildings, depending on how many sub-buildings there are. Oof. Okay. Alright. But I suppose all of this only happens if we're at the if there's more beyond the end of the file, so like it shouldn't be too bad. But we're going way oversized, but whatever. So copies F to X. There should only be one X. Like, you know, there might be more. A bunch of sub. Hang on a minute. How many is this got? So that's 259, 298, 288, 205. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files. Okay, so there's no sub files in that one. This one had one sub file. I think this 200, which is here, has 1, 2. And there's 3. It says one sub building. No, that's not a building. I think. No, it is. Is it? It is. But it's linked. It's linked to that. Oh, okay. So it's linked to the armory. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. All right. Whatever. So this is still 2 rep. This is still its rep. What are we gonna call it? I guess 2 rep file. What did I call it up here? I call it a rep loop, so we'll call it 2 rep loop, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. This is our second time we're going through this. It's gonna replicate, and then it needs to do a 3-step, I guess. Oh my god! But thankfully, 3 rep replace. Yeah. Okay. Okay. 3 rep replace. And then it needs to test EOF. And if false, jump into 2 rep loop. Otherwise, jump to end. Because it only needs to do... Well, no, it doesn't. It needs to do more stuff. It needs to seek... Minus 999, because now we need... No, wait a minute. Where is... No, because we kept the player ID. We preserved it in T register. So, we only need to do is copy T... Oh. No, that's a problem. We're copying X into the T register here. Oh, hold on. So we grab that, we seek, copy the player ID into the file, test it for at the end of the file, and if it's true, we jump to the otherwise. We copy player ID into the T register, copy F to X, send that over. That's going to be a problem. So that's not going to do anything. We can't preserve the player ID in the T register. We need to just, which is fine, which is totally fine, because we're doing testing in here. So that's going to be a problem. So we test in a file. That's fine. False, jump back into the loop, and it'll go through. And then once it does hit the end of the file, it's going to copy. It's going to seek. So it's going to seek to the start of the file, so we know we're at a known point, and then we need to seek 2 again. Seek 2, copy copy F to X. Wait a minute, how did I do it here? The rep counter. Oh, I built the counter before I did this, I guess. Yeah, okay. So, well, hang on a minute. So, that needs to happen, like, basically. Not yet. So we do this, and then we kind of need to make our own 2 rep ID. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, because then it'll copy X to M. Well, no, because we need a counter. So it's actually 2 rep counter. Yeah. Which is not a copy F to X. Doesn't need to be. No. No, because that's happening later. Sorry. No, it's not. I'm not doing anything with that. We need to void F. Add to X value of 1. Bring it back. Is that how we did it? Yeah, X1, X. Test EOF. Oh boy. Test. Sorry if you see my light flickering. I think the light's dying, because I don't think it's a power problem, because everything else works. Everything else is running A-OK. Everything else that requires electricity, which is basically everything in the house. but that one light flickers every now and again, and I think it's starting to go. I think it's threatening to go. I might, if I suddenly like plunge into darkness and all I'm lit up by is like my monitor, then you'll know. Then you'll know it's like, oh, the light died. Yeah, that's okay. We're coming up towards the end of the stream. Hopefully, it holds out for another like 10 odd minutes. Okay, so we test enter file, and if false, jump into to rep counter. Right. Otherwise, copy. And then once we've got that, we copy that into our T register. And then we need to do all of this again. Seek to copy F to X. So we do need to copy F to X. I totally forgot. Yes, we do. So that gives us our player ID back. And we've got the counter in the T register now. Which will be this. So then, and this is only for subfiles. So instead of calling it rep ID, I'm gonna call it 2rep ID. Okay, 2rep ID, and then it'll just run through that, and then it will. Well, this will have it halt. So, we don't need the halt instruction here. In fact, we don't even need the halt instruction here. We can have it jump to end because there's multiple. I mean, there's multiples of these, so like, why have it? Just have it all go to the same spot. Have it all just halt. Ooh, that light is seriously starting to go. Okay, I might even replace it now. I don't know. Well, I might replace it like after the stream. I'm tempted to just let it wait because it's been doing that for a few days. I'm actually very tempted to see like how much longer she's got. It's like when you run out. It's like when you run low on fuel and you just want to see how far you can go on fumes before the thing like craps out. That's what I'm curious about. But anyway, let's get through this because I'm really close. Okay, so that does that, that does that, that does that, and then it jumps to the end, and then we need to do the rep replace for the kid, and the kid is going to grab X. This is basically going to be the third thing again. Yeah, so it'll grab X, and I think the subfiles are all the same as well. Subfile, let's have a look at the subfile. So for 210, where's that? Oh, it's there. Okay, subfile 210. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. And it has no subfiles. Yeah, so it should. So for this, it grabs X, seek 2, and then it's, wait, because it's going to copy over, isn't it? So it's, where is it sending stuff over the X channel? It's there. So we're going to copy M to, I suppose just copy M just straight into the F. We don't, well, no, we may as well copy into X. No. We're going to copy it straight into F and then have it end. Because that's the subfile, the subfile, like a subfile shouldn't have a subfile, if that makes sense. Okay. I have absolutely no idea if this is going to work. This is like layers upon layers. This is like the most complicated, like, amount of replication ever. It's like, because replicated Exas are now making other replicated Exas. We're going to have grandchildren here. We've got parents, children, and grandchildren, so this is kind of going to go a bit insane. But it all sits inside one Exa. Well, not really, there's two. Because there's the kill Exa and then there's the replace Exa, but like, whatever. That's not super clean. We could clean this up a little bit. I like having the spaces there, though, because that's readable. Especially once this gets, like, broken out into its macros. Yeah, okay. That's all kind of cleaned up, though, so I'm happy with that. Okay, let's see if this... So first things first is this is all going to go to here. So we know that because we knew that bit works, so we'd already tested that bit. So then it sends over the 19 rings, and it goes, okay, boom. So now Exba is like, okay, I am ready to do my thing. And then it starts sending over Exas, who are then grabbing the file directory. And now it sends over to everybody else their player ID, and it only does that, and then it goes, okay, and then it's done. Okay, so now it's up to everybody else, and they, let's see, so that's 5. Okay, so now they've copied the file, created something, testing for the end of the file, and it's just doing that, and it's just making, okay, yeah, because that's it going into its, right, and then it's seeked, copied 0 into, wait, why is that copying 0 into X? Wait, seek 3. Okay, void F. All right, now we need to build our counter. Right, so now we're building a counter. Then we copied that into the T counter. Then we went back and we went forward. And so now we should have the player ID again. Copied that back out. Copied X into the M register. And because it's all happening locally, it'll just send it over. And then it'll just send that as many times as there were files for it. And they're all, okay. And it's sending one over. But that ran out of instructions. But hopefully it's copied the file. I have no idea if it does. Oh dear. Hang on. And these subfile little dudes. 2 rep counter. Wait, what's going on? Why did this not work? Oh dear. We've got a problem. Something broke. Hang on. They all broke. What are they stuck on? Why are they being stuck on that? Oh, wow. Okay. So... Okay. It might be that what we need to do... Okay. It might be that the rep count is wrong. Because if it's wrong here, it's just then straight up wrong. I'm going to go to this step. I want to see this step run. And what eggs are we? Haven't the foggiest. XB3. Where's that? They're up there. Okay. So, it's voiding F and adding 1 to X. It's testing the end of the file. If false, jumping into the rep counter. But it didn't. Okay, so for some reason T's still got a 1 in it. Goes here to X. Wait a minute. Copy. Wait, hang on. Void F. Yeah. Add 1 to X. Test EOF. And if we're not at the end of the file... Oh, it's not... Oh, that's a problem. Void is deleting the file. We don't want to delete it. Okay, well, alright. So, well, that's okay then. So what we got to do then is we actually have to copy F into the T register because we don't need to keep the data. We just need to read it. We don't want to delete the data though because that's bad. So then we do that, test the end of the file. So we actually need to do that again. So where's our other void? It's right here. So we actually want to copy that into there. Yeah, okay. And then let's see that run now. So there it is. So let's copy that. Create a thing with that file number in it, which is now grabbed. Great. Okay, I think that fixed it. Hang on. Oh, no, that didn't fix it. No, we're looking at this one. So that worked the whole time. Copy F to T. Yep. Add 1 to X. Test the end of the file. If false, jump to the rep counter. But we're at the end of the file, so it should... Yes, it did. It moved. Okay. So then we seek -999. Seek 3. Copy 0 to X to reset our X counter, and then we create our counter. Copy F to T. And 1 to send the file. Okay. Ooh, wait a minute. This ran out of instructions. Hang on. No, it didn't. It just didn't send all of its instructions. Hold on. What's going on here? I need to get to here. There's this one. So it tested the end of its file. Oh, probably because it's got crap in it. No. So test end of file 1. It's now registering true. What's 0 waiting on? What are they waiting on? They are here. So they're waiting. Yeah. So they're waiting on it. So they're waiting on an instruction. That's okay. That's what we wanted. Yeah. That's what. 3. That's what we wanted. So wait. Hold on. Go back here. X to T. Why is it? Oh yeah. Okay. Seek that. Do that. Copy F to X. That's correct. Copy X to M. Yeah. True. Oh, that we forgot to put in this. Oh my god, our countdown is actually not counting. Hang on. Oh bloody hell, where was that? Oh crap. No, that's the counter. Yeah, here it is. Copy X to M. Subtract from T. 1, write it back into T. There. Oi. That was the problem. Okay, so now let's go. Let's go into 3, which we know. X to M. Send it over. Subtract. Come to the end. Blow yourself up. And you should have replaced... You didn't do any file replacement. Hang on. No, that didn't work. Why didn't you replace a file? Okay, so we need to go back to... Let's go back to... Where is it? The rep counter? No, that's 2 rep. Let's go back to... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right, because we need to do this twice. Oi, that's right. The rep counter. Wait, why is that coming after T? Yeah. Oh, right, ref ID. That's right. Subtract from T, 1 right back into T. Yeah. Yep. Yep, that was probably the problem. But it shouldn't have been because there wasn't a subfile. So it should have just gone to here, grabbed this, done that, test EOF, which it should have been, and then jump to the end. So okay, I want to look at this person's code. I want to look at this one. So let's grab that, seek to, and then it's waiting for it to receive its instruction. So make sure we're always on this one. So it's, yep, so now it's received it. Copy that into there. Test EOF, which is true. Jump to the end. Oh, okay, so it did it. No, it didn't. Wait, 299, 295? Oh, no, 295 is down here. Oh my god, I'm looking at this one. No, it worked. Oh, okay, right. Sorry, I just looked at... Well, I mean, we needed to change one of the counters anyway. So let's see how that goes. Nope, something broke. Something broke again. Okay, so that is 50 is stuck on sending that file number, sending a player number over to... Where are they? 5 there. So that's them, and they're sending something over here. Oh, copy X to M. So they're both on the same step. What the hell's going on there? 220. Oh, okay. So they're trying to. Oh, I think no. Copy F to X. 3 rep replace. Grab X, seek 2. Copy M to F. Okay, so where's file 220? Did it actually do that? It did. Oh. Wait, do they both have 220? 244? No. There's 244. No, it worked. Why is it sending the same thing again? Or who else is linked to these files? Do multiple sub-buildings reference the same sub-building? Is that what's going on? Hang on. So we do that, grab that, do that. We do that. Well, yeah, but all of this works for this. So the kid grabs... Yeah, wait a minute, who am I? Oh, God. God, where am I? No, that's not where I want to be. Oh, jeez. No. No. Hang on. Where are you, Faye? So I want to get to 2 rep replace, I guess. So, yeah. So that's doing it, isn't it? That's about to do it. Yeah. So grab X. Yep, so grabbed it, 6-2, and then it's waiting to copy. Oh, okay. Instead of copying it straight into F, I'm copying it into X. Maybe I need to do that for the sub ones as well. Okay, well, if I do, that's fine. It's an extra instruction, but whatever, we're way over. Copy, hang on, no. So copy M to X, copy X to F, and then halt. Maybe that'll work. Okay, so what? Oh, well, that worked in there because that didn't have any subfiles. This one did, though. So what is this doing? Why are you... That's XB2, yeah, okay. Copying X to M because you got to do it 2 times. Okay. True, jump to end. Wait, hold on. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Oh, right, yes. True, jump to end. So then, wait, so why is this one out of instructions? Oh, because it's successfully changed its file. Okay. This one, copy to M to X. Yep. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It didn't receive in a file. Ooh. Oh, hold on. That's interesting. Did I forget to put it? Did I forget to send? Hold on. Copy. No, it's sending it there. So it should have. So this one is. Wait a minute. Why is it? Oh, hold on. There's a problem there. I think we need to reset our X register. Here's the problem. Copy F to T. Add one to... Oh, hold on. Why are we copying... Oh, right. No. Oh. Copy F to T. Yeah, copy F to T. Yeah, okay. That's... I think what's happening is we haven't reset a register when we needed to. So... oh, boy. Oh, boy. Hold on. Let's just wait. Let's get to where they freeze, because it should be that one that's frozen. Yeah. So because it's got 211 in there, so it's now getting stuck here. Because before this point, what are we doing? So we're getting to our loop. Copy F to X. Oh. Yeah. No. That's fine. And we do that. And then okay. So now we what we need to do. Copy F. Oh, why is that happening every time? Oh, that's a problem. That's because that's looping. We don't want it to do that because we want to maintain. No, wait a minute. Why is that copying F into the T counter? Oh, right, yeah, because then we're adding 1 to X. Testing for the end of the file. Okay, so I think what we need to do is reset. Wait. Okay, so once so once we've reached the end of the file, yeah, we still don't have... Right, because now we're just building a counter. So, okay, so at 2 rep loop, we need to do something. Okay, 2 rep loop, seek 2. So we need to copy 0 into X. We need to reset our X register before we start screwing with stuff. I think that's what was messing us up. I think that should now fix that. Nope, still broken. Why is that still broken? Okay, but it's less broken, I think. The X to M. Still getting stuck here. Okay, copying F into T, adding 1 to X, which is now at 0. Test end of file. And if it's not at the end of the file, it jumps back and adds another one. Otherwise, it copies, yeah, X into the T register. We go back, yep, and that gives us our file number. We copy that over, subtract 1 from T, and if it's and then we can do our little countdown here. But obviously our counter's not working properly because we're still at 1 left. So maybe what we need to do is subtract. Well. How does subtracting beforehand make a difference though? How does... Hang on. So how we could subtract first, I guess. If that's gonna fix it, but it shouldn't. This shouldn't matter at all. Maybe it does. No, it shouldn't. It really shouldn't, because then it goes from 1 to 0. Does that step? Then, if true, otherwise we'll fall through and should just halt. Let's see if that breaks it. Nope, that wasn't it. So it's still thinking, no, it's at 0. Where is it getting stuck at? It's getting stuck here. Okay. So it's running through this too many times, I think is the problem. So we know this one's going to break. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip to before that point, which is like up here. So go to here. We're going to look at this one. So, oh, why does our T register have that high? No, it shouldn't. No, because we haven't. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. We're not. Oh god. Well, that's okay because we need to build our counter now. So we're building a counter. Oh. But the counter has 2 in it. There's only one file name. Copy X to T. Go back. Find the right spot. Copy that. Subtract. Okay. So it's adding 1 too many numbers. Why is it doing that then? Hang on. So we've reset the counter. Copy F. Test end of file. So obviously it's doing that twice though. Because it should have moved the header along, but it didn't. Or it did, but it didn't. Subtract 1 from T. Yeah, copy that over. And that's all worked as intended. But then it's gonna do it twice. Okay, so maybe what we need to do is just subtract 1 up here. So hang on a minute, in our counter. So we create our counter. Copy X to T. And then we're just going to subtract from T 1 and write that back into T. So we just make sure that we have the exact number of times it needs to loop through is, yeah, okay, probably what it needs to be done. Let's see if that fixes the problem. And it does. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Timers are complicated, but that works. So everybody goes through, it wipes, then the kids go through, they look for the subfiles, create clones for the subfiles. The subfiles look for sub-subfiles and create their own clones if necessary, and basically repeat themselves all the way down. Yeah. Okay. Clear ownership of each building, which is it's doing because we have to do it for every file, including subfiles and sub-subfiles. But it looks like, yeah, that's as far down as it goes. Okay, cool. And I don't think that's going to break. I think that'll go all the way to 100. Yes! But we don't get a score because holy dooly were we oversized. Like, that was way too huge. That was absolutely not the best solution. Oh my god. Okay, cool. But it's still a kind of a cool one. It's still kind of cool. Like, I'm going to record this GIF, though, because it's kind of a cool GIF. Because look, it goes boom, 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 boom. And then it just, yeah, it like it cleans everything out. And then it grabs every single file. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, let's see what Ember has to say. Oh, they just shut the whole game down. Something about hackers or something. I guess that means you. Yeah, it does. Very much does. People are taking this so seriously. I mean, it is real money. People act like the online world is different, but it really isn't. At least as far as human behavior goes. I mean, yeah, to a certain degree. Okay, so we're gonna get 2 more. And what's this? Oh, damn. What? My guild's castle was stolen. I was suddenly booted. Now it's not ours. Sad face. Looks like it was hacked. That would be a pretty bad one. It's game developers, though. They write some of the most insecure software out there. Oh, okay. That's... Ooh, self-burn. That's rare. Alright, so what do we got next? KGOG TV. Upload a new television program to a satellite broadcast system. Ooh, okay. Well, we're going to do that one. That'll be the one we'll do next time, because it's just about time for me today. But thank you very much for tuning in today. Oh my god. I'm actually surprised at how quickly I got through the baseball one. I thought I was going to be there all day just to solve that equation. But what really helped, what saved my bacon, was like the website where you just punch in the equation, and it tells you like how to solve it step by step. So that was helpful. But unfortunately, our MLG calculator didn't help at all. Oh my god, that was funny. All right, but thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to check us out on Instagram at pint.party if you want to keep up with all of our gimmicks. Be notified when we go live. You can also hit the follow button here on Twitch as well if you like. Check out our podcast. There's a brand new episode of Pint Party coming out tomorrow. The link's in the description, links down below. You'll find a link to, I think it's to Spotify, or I might have, I think it's just to our Spotify. But we're also on Apple Podcasts and anywhere you like to listen to podcasts. Just search Pint Party wherever you like to be. And you can follow us on Twitter if you like, at Pint Party. I tend to post like the solution gifs. I'll probably be posting there like for when I go live. Other than that, that's it. Yeah, new episode of Pint Party tomorrow. Check out our YouTube, which is linked down below if you want to see like the previous streams. There'll be another episode coming out on Wednesday. There was a new one that came out today. That's from a few streams ago. And then the next one, which I think is yesterday's stream, will come out on Wednesday. This stream probably will come out on Thursday, which will be when I stream next. So the next time I'm going to be streaming will be on Thursday at 2 p.m. AEST. So you'll need to, if you need to convert that to your own local time zone. And I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, well, this has been Pint Party. Cheers.